Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're trying to make an impact online, you know that just being seen isn't enough. You need people to take action. Today, we're diving deep into the one number that can seriously change the game for you, your click-through rate, or CTR.
You know the feeling, right? It's the digital marketer's nightmare. You've poured your heart and soul into a new ad, a blog post, or an email campaign. Thousands of people see it. And then crickets. They just scroll right on by. It honestly feels like shouting into the void. Well, today we're going to fix that. So, the key to solving this whole mess? It all comes down to one simple but seriously powerful metric: the click-through rate. This is the percentage that tells you exactly how good you are at turning eyeballs into actual, meaningful action.
Okay, let's look under the hood. The formula might look super basic, and honestly, that's the beauty of it. You just take the total number of clicks you got, divide it by the total number of times your link was shown, we call those impressions, and then you multiply by 100 to get that percentage. Let's walk through a quick, real-world example so it really clicks. All right, so let's imagine your ad. Or maybe it's your latest blog post. It pops up in front of people 10,000 times. Every single one of those views, whether someone clicks on it or not, that's what we call an impression. So that's our starting number. Okay, now out of those 10,000 times it was seen, 500 people stopped scrolling. They saw your link and thought, yep, that's for me. They were interested enough to actually click. That's the magic we're looking for, right? That's the engagement. So you just plug those numbers in, 500 clicks divided by our 10,000 impressions times 100, and bam, you get a click-through rate of 5%. And just like that, you have a solid number you can actually measure, and more importantly, a number you can start to improve. So why should you even care about this number? I mean, why is it so important? Because a high CTR kicks off this awesome feedback loop. It tells platforms like Google, hey, this content is super relevant, which pushes you up the SEO rankings. For your paid ads, it means you pay less. And for your business, the bottom line, it means more traffic and more sales from the exact same visibility. It's a total win-win-win. Okay, so you've got your 5% CTR. Now you're probably asking, is that good? Is it terrible? And the answer is, well, it depends. See, a good CTR isn't just one magic number. It totally changes based on where you are online. Let's take a look at organic Google search results, for example. I mean, check this out. That #1 spot, it pulls in a massive average CTR of almost 32%. That means nearly 1 in every 3 people clicks it. But look what happens when you drop down to just the 4th position. It totally nosedives to less than 10%. This just shows you how much of a game changer that top spot really is. Now, let's flip over to paid ads. This is where the numbers tell a completely different story. An ad on Google search, where people are actively hunting for something, gets an average CTR over 3%. But a display ad, that's kind of like a billboard on the side of the digital highway. Its CTR is less than 0.5%. It's crazy how much the platform itself changes the game. And what about email marketing? Well, here, even your industry makes a huge difference. You know, a tech or a SaaS company might see an average CTR around 4.5%, while an e-commerce brand is probably going to be closer to 2.5%. So, like with everything in marketing, context is king. All right, enough with the theory. We get what CTR is. We know what a good one looks like in different places. Now for the fun part. Let's dive into the actual actionable things you can do to start pushing those numbers up. So for SEO, your main job is to make your results stand out on a super crowded page. I mean, you got to be the bright, shiny object. That means writing awesome titles, for sure, but it also means using something called structured data. Think of it as a special code that helps Google really understand your page to get those cool, rich results with like review stars or little FAQ dropdowns. And you absolutely want to aim for that coveted featured snippet, you know, that answer box right at the very top of the page. Okay, here is a super simple but incredibly powerful trick. Check this out. Just adding brackets or maybe the current year to your title can make it totally pop off the page. Why does this work? Well, it instantly tells the person searching that your content is up to date, it's complete, and it's exactly what they need. It's such a tiny change, but it can make a huge difference in your clicks. When it comes to paid ads, you literally have a split second to grab someone's attention. So this means writing powerful, action-packed headlines. It also means you got to use every tool in the toolbox, like ad extensions and site links, to take up more space on the page and give people more reasons to click on you. But you know the most important thing? Making sure your ad is laser-focused and super relevant to the person who sees it. Just look at how effective this is. Using specific numbers: 50% off, a clear benefit, and then creating that sense of urgency with the word today. That hits a powerful psychological trigger. It doesn't just inform people, it makes them feel like they need to act right now. Okay, now with email, you're kind of facing a two-part battle. First, you have to win them open. You need a subject line that just slices through the noise of a crazy crowded inbox. And second, once they're in, you gotta win the click. You do that by making your call to action, your CTA button, super obvious and easy to find. And of course, sending it at just the right time when they're most likely to see it. That's key. And look how powerful this is for email. Simple personalization, just using someone's first name, can make a huge difference in your open rates. It suddenly feels like a note from a friend, not some mass email blast. And hey, a well-placed emoji can really help your email stand out in a wall of boring text. All right, but here's the thing. Improving your CTR isn't something you do once and then forget about. Nope. The real secret to long-term success is to constantly be tracking your data, figuring out what's actually working with your audience, and then doubling down on that. It's all about a continuous cycle of improvement. And you know what? Tools like Google Search Console make this super, super easy. You can look at a report just like this and immediately spot the problem child. See that top fitness apps page? It's getting thousands of views, but it has a pretty low 2% CTR. Now that's not a failure. That is a massive opportunity just waiting for you. And this right here, this is where the magic happens. That data point isn't just a number. It turns into a crystal clear action plan. You found the page that needs help. Now you know exactly what to do. Rewrite that title to be more exciting and maybe add some of that schema code we talked about to help it pop in the search results. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. So to bring it all home, let's boil everything we've talked about down into one final, super simple checklist you can use as your guide. So here it is. This is the continuous loop of CTR success. It all starts with optimizing your titles and A/B testing your ad copy. Then you track your performance. You see what the data tells you. And then you start the whole cycle over again, just getting a little bit better each and every time. I promise you, if you make this a regular habit, you are going to see your click-through rate go up across the board. So that brings us to the final, and honestly, the most important question of all. After everything we've gone over, I want you to think about your own work for a second. What's the one area? Is it your SEO, your ads, or your emails, where you can apply one of these tactics, like right now? Which CTR are you going to improve first?